Hello everyone, this is AmberAnkNA here. Welcome to my channel. Well, I play a variety of games and do narrations for fanfics. I'm really hoping you enjoy my content. If you do, make sure to comment below, leave a like, and subscribe with the notifications on. But until next time, this is AmberAnkNA. Welcome to my channel. So, hi. Like, hello. And guess what? We're doing today. Yep, you probably guessed it. Reading the only option left, basically. This is what we're doing today. And I will say this. I'm glad to admit, basically, we are like one chapter off from being halfway done with the story. Because once we get to the next story, which is that flow I'm going to be doing, because that story ties in to the basically the very last story of the only. There's another story called The Pirate Gummet that ties into this story here, but for reasons, it's gonna be taking a little bit before I do. I'm sorry about that. I really am. I promise it will get done. It will. But enough chit chat. We're gonna get started with the only option left. Chapter 7, Fantasies. Confidence radiated from the depths of Max's heart as she stripped towards the far end of the chamber, not knowing what she might find. An anxious energy swept through her mind, but the freckled girl puffed her chest, stood tall, and was ready to face whatever obstacles she was about to meet. She recalled the wasted trek from one end of the cave-like corridor to the other, and remembered how the darkness imminently broke because of the flickering candle. The light danced on the walls and the ceiling, helping Max find her way to the corner where the Wasser was waiting. She had previously extinguished the flame, and didn't know if a light source would be available this time around. During her penetrated hike across the realm, Mouse fought back to when she and Death bonded over a meal just one day prior. It was a special and heartfelt experience between the women, and she was glad they got to spend this time together. Spend that time together. The teenage daughter and her wife were able to connect and create similar special moments of their own while she was away. After sending a joyful tingle of innocence back to her partner, she hoped Chloe could relax and find time to bond with that girl. Another thought crossed the brunette's mind about that other universe. If some version of Chloe existed there, another mask couldn't be too far away. In her heart, she felt that each mask and Chloe in every reality must be connected by deep and boundless love similar to her and her wife's. The idea of being other versions of herself still wasn't an easy pill to swallow, but she hoped they were all as happy as she was with her little family that she loved so much. She continued walking forward for what felt like an eternity. 100 thoughts bounced around in her head, but none frightened her like they had on her first trip. She recalled wondering if she ever see her beautiful blue-haired girlfriend again at that time. Thinking about all all the crazy shit they had been through filled the girl with strength. They could do anything as long as they were together. And they were indeed never apart. That had been proven a deeper rooted way than she ever thought possible. It was in this chamber where she discovered they were connected at the atomic level. And they were each other's yin and yang. That discovery was fully realized later as they merged into one and conceived their amazing daughter. Lost in joyous and loving thoughts of her family, Max didn't notice the rippling glow of gem lavender light originating from deep in the darkened distance at first. As he drew closer, the shimmer began to urinate and burn brighter as it finally caught her full attention. Still not knowing her purpose for being back in the space, Max was convinced the upcoming experience would be something meaningful and perhaps profound. The last time she was here, she learned information about her and Chloe's love, as well as her own purpose. As he imagined this journey wouldn't be much different. The dreamy, ruffled outline of a figure could finally be seen at the end of the path where the washer once was side. As he approached, she noticed a radiant glow illuminating the walls and ceiling, but it was too bright to make out any specific features of what was up ahead. Sitting only a few meters away, Max could tell there was a person, or at least an entity representing a person. Existing behind the grill, she stared her eyes to block the bright sunshine-like rays that spread across the narrow landscape and bars. Max, you made it! The comet echoed through the layer, bouncing off the walls and opening into the dark space behind her. She recognized the voice, but couldn't make out why it sounded so familiar. Her mind jumped around from person to person like a game of Guess Who, trying to determine which face the voice belonged to. The purring sound was amplified in this place, so discerning the owner of the vocals was more difficult than it might have been anywhere else. Hello? I know your voice. I suddenly spoke with an accent of curiosity while still shielding her eyes from the radiance of the figure with her hand in a salute on her forehead. I know you're strong. I knew you were strong, and obviously you're hard as hell like me. Damn! What you had to go through the last time you were here would destroy most others. It's a beautiful seeing you break through from this side. Last time I only saw what happened on the cliff. Suddenly, Max pinpointed the voice and knew exactly who she was talking to. Weisel? But how are you here? You're so beautiful, Max. Outwardly, you're flawless. Inside, your heart is golden. I can see that so clearly from here now. I wish we would have gotten to know one another better in life. Maybe my face would have been different with your influence. It's like I know how much Chloe has changed for the better because of you. Seeing both of you, though, especially from my position, I know my life and death had a larger purpose. Oya Masa's eyes were adjusting, the brightness had subsided. She could clearly see Weisel talking, the bond still looked as glorious as ever. Weisel, I'm so sorry. I couldn't go back and save you. Part of me wishes I would have tried harder, but the other part of me feels selfish. I love what Chloe and I have together. I love our beautiful daughter. I wouldn't change the outcome for the world. They mean everything to me. Ah, destiny. Yeah, she has a very large world to fill. It's part of what I want to tell you. Part of why I am here. But first, Master's glowing friend paused. Let us chat for a bit, if that's okay. And please, don't feel selfish. You are one of the most selfless people I know. I have a ton of questions, Weasel. When I spoke to you, we're on your way to, I guess, cross over. I thought we'd never see you again. I was at your wedding, by the way. It was perfect, Mask. Your vows moved me to tears, as did Chloe's. At the ceremony, I planned to fully cross, but then I had an idea. I love you girls so much, I wanted to be able to stay connected as long as possible. I can't go into details without revealing things you need to experience for yourself, but I only ended up having a choice. That choice allowed me to decide what was next for me. I'm here because, well, I am the new Watcher. So not who found that title, but it sort of stuck after you used it. Fuck, Weasel. That sounds terrible. Max was horrified that Weasel's fate was to be this thing that held her in a torturous trance and was the source of so many of her nightmares. It's not as bad as you think. It's much different this time. The previous Warhol never left this timeless realm. It was all that existed to him. As soon as he decided to physically affect you, his fate was sealed. You finding this place and ending his reign was good for everyone. Lisa must have noticed the bewildered look on Bass's face. She paused and gazed upward more gently. Then she locked her eyes back on the brunette. I put it this way. He never possessed the ability to love. We separated from love and care, empathy and sympathy, for the people who were created to exist. I welcome the world so it would allow me to serve the people I care about. Because of my open mind and heart, I can see much further than the previous guy. Not only can I see the past and the future, I can see potential futures. But the cycle, we ended it. Does this mean it began again? She wasn't scared anymore, but Max was trying to observe and make sense of all the information that was being unloaded. The hazel-eyed blonde purred. Great question. I won't be able to answer everything you ask because my answers will come with very tough consequences. If certain things are revealed to you that not yet way to know, it could considerably alter the future. We don't want to do that now, do we? She finished her rhetorical question with a wink and a troll, stopping her rotation while facing away from her friend. We all fought too hard to get to this point for it to all to come crashing down now. So, Master, we said you were able to till the further sacrifice yourself was because of your future, right? You were going to end up here regardless. I didn't question it at the time. Just moaned for you and supported Chloe. I would be lying though if I said I didn't wonder how it happened. Bingo. Well, not regardless, but it was powerful for me. The new Watcher turned back around to face her visitor again. See, I don't know why your grades were ever so low. You're damn smart. Me just had a sort of pirate girl on your mind and couldn't focus. Smart as her eyes effortlessly drifted back and forth between masses. The combination of you destroying the previous roster, me not belonging alive in your timeline, and a powerful future where I would end up here, mixed together to create a perfect storm for all of us. It's pretty interesting when you think about it. I could see your future in the dream space because of my future here. If things didn't happen exactly like they did, it would be a ton of trouble for the entire multiverse. And I saw you. Grief and pain would have followed you in Chloe forever. The multiverse? Why does that idea keep popping up, Weisel? And I'll tune into it. Most people have no idea that other versions of themselves exist beyond their own reality. This is a damn good thing. The multiverse is a concept most of us wouldn't understand. Get to the role you play in a moment. So, Weisel stopped and simply took a deep breath. The cycle. It basically came undone with your insourcing of the fame. Have you ever heard of the law of conservation of mass? Maybe? Offshine? Wait? Well, almost. The first person to really propose the principle was Anksters. I'm sorry if I butchered that. He said nothing new could come into being. Matter and energy are either created nor destroyed, just transferred from one form to another. Again, sorry about the barking. Buddy doesn't know how to sign up! The imbalance of the cycle was ended because of the love you two share, but the power still exists. Not in the way that you and Chloe kept yours, though. You always kind of cheated the system by fold opening together. The waters were first physically manifested inside of you. After the final storm in the Acacia Bay, the power disengaged, then re-engaged with a young boy who lived in Seattle. Who could move objects with his mind. It resembled and embedded itself deep inside the fabric of time. So he can only impact his trainable environment as it physically exists. He can't manipulate the timeline the way you and the previous power holders could. As far as I'm concerned, that's the most ceaser uses of that type of power. By the way, Daniel Diaz is what Waisos was portraying. Yeah, basically. We got Alex Chan with the power of empathy, yeah. Yeah. And also, I'm gonna mute because phone! Phone and Buddy, those two, those are big trying, shut up. Anyway, this part is the big sit. So hold on tightly, Mass. Rachel placed her right hand on her hip and then shifted her weight. There was no multiverse at the beginning. It was only one universe. There was that point I was located where every other universe was created. And guess what? I'm always about the answer, Rachel. Does it have something to do with me and Chloe? Absolutely. Her eyes able to the point where Rachel Lamas could barely see Hazel or White anymore. There was a choice to save the love of your life or save a city with thousands of people in it. You chose both. Somehow. You sit in the aftermath of both choices, but that didn't stop you. You joined both choices into one, and for about a week, your timelines were merged together. After your last visit to this realm, you reset the timelines and the three of us scattered a circular system into an infinite number of systems. What I'm saying is, we created the multiverse. Whoa! Maxwell saw it. I don't really know what to say. The implication of her involvement as a catalyst for shattering reality filled the goal with implication. At another time, she might have sat down completely because of this new realization. But she knew there was nothing she couldn't handle anymore with the strength and love seeing her perfect person sailed. There's not much for you to say right now. You need to listen. The multiverse isn't just a burst of timelines that bounce outward, but rather a series of interconnected webs. Rachel's voice was sounding more serious and intense than when they first began conversing. Within these realms, there are many different versions of you and Chloe, and they are faced with the same city choice at the lighthouse cliff. Some of them will choose to sacrifice the city, some will sacrifice their soulmate. Both choices are fucked, but they don't have the luxury of experiencing both sides. They get exactly one chance and have to live and die with that choice. Ultimately, your time existed in a present where the city was destroyed, so even you had to get through some tough shit. But you got to see the other side. And realize the love you share with Chloe is all that matters. Damn, Waisel. This is literally mind-blowing. My heart is baking for other versions of us. Yeah, same. You two are connected far beyond the atomic particles that holds everything together. As I've been thinking about everything, I sort of started calling you Max Prime and Chloe Prime. That is sick, right? That would make me Waisel Prime. The former actress probably Googled, rated, and then carried on. And though every verse of you two are connected and special to one another, none are quite directly connected as you are. I think it has something to do with being the first universe. Maybe there are frequencies I don't understand, but yours are completely set on each other. You are literally perfect masters. Wowzer. Max replied as she continued to wrap her brain around all the new information she just learned. Can I ask questions now? I know you said you would only discuss slaves to the future is impacted. I'm saying you can't tell me what the afterlife is like. Can I pass on that one, my curious friend? It's all designed so you can find out the answer after you pass. Lisa winked, and it was actually coming to see her make light of such a serious topic. Figured. Can't blame a girl for trying. What about the washer? What happened to him? He's gotten his destination. Not for me to say what that means, just that he's finished with his war here. When the baby purple hue girl, Max couldn't tell if her friend was even blinking, but she noticed the eye contact remained constant. Wonder if he would be able to be a watcher for another universe or something. He put me through some terrible shit. There's no denying it. But he always struck me as wanting to do what he thought was right. I was just another one in a long line of those who received the power to him. And it changed everything he ever knew. I'm not sure he was inherently bad. Just warp. Oh, that's interesting you bring that up. Mass, there is no other Waster. This world exists in our universe because of its prime master. It was a position that was deemed necessary long ago. Because I wasn't completely ready to let you two go, I jumped at the opportunity. Sound like you're here to watch this universe, but you seem to be able to see others. Very unsure, Mass. I'm not sure if I can see all of them, but I can see a sit tongue. An open heart leads to an open mind. This was your fate all along. What happens now? Be sure I'm not just here to learn about you. What's my next step forward? Like I was saying, there are other masters and other Chloes who are every bit as well as you are. We created them, in a way. How can we let them suffer with that awful decision? I have zero power outside of this place, but destiny can move around the entire multiverse. What I'm about to tell you, I hope you can convince her to help. Jeez, Weasel. That's an impossibly large task to ask of her. She only grits back and forth, and she wasn't ready for something like that. Maybe she never will be. By the way, I want to say something before we continue. Basically, what Weasel's saying, it means this story is the Prime Universe. The very first universe. Means what happened in the games is the Prime Universe. Then this story came around to be continuing the Prime Universe. And means in what the end of town, the multiverse was created. It means stories like the better than, all wounds, sacrifice, all those fanfics out there, they are all AUs, alternate timelines. But to tell the truth, they are actually part of the multiverse. Well, they are actually canon to this story. So technically, every fanfic ever made on are canon. So in a way, so you can even say the comics is canon in a way. So food for thought, basically. But back to what I was reading now. Well, she won't be going alone. There's an entire network of others that will be working with her. They need your daughter if the plan is to succeed. Without her, they likely fail. But without you, she won't help at all. So, you see, you're the key to convincing her to help fix what we broke. I won't lie. It won't be easy for her. In fact, there are parts of it that will be real fucking stuck. But it will be so damn worth it, Mass. It's how it fell between the women as Mass turned away and faced the infinite darkness behind her. She yet had another tough decision to make. She would need to decide if she wanted to put her daughter in danger to save other versions of herself and her soulmate, or ensure her family was safe by not taking a risk. I'm not sure I could put my family through that. We together. We happy. Alright, fighting again. This basically what the private government is all about. The plan and Destiny saving the other versions of Mass and Chloe, basically. Yes. That's why they are connected as one. But right now, it's still up the air when I'm gonna do it. I promise we'll get done, though. It will get done. It will get done. It will get done. I promise. But will that happiness be completely fulfilling with the knowledge that you could have saved everyone? Will you be able to live with yourself if you give up? The Matt Caulfield plays that I know would never give up. Things change, Weasel. I don't see it as giving up. The one thing I always done is fought to keep those I love safe. I allowed an entire town to be destroyed for that love. Do you think I couldn't do the same thing here? I've never met these other masters of Cories. You have met them, though. Mass, that's what I'm trying to tell you. They are you, and you are them. But I could see you would never change your mind without a little extra purse. She walks over to her friend and put an arm on her shoulder. Do you trust me? I have something I want to show you. You need to be strong and place your trust in me. Of course I trust you, Weasel. We owe you so much. Then you need to let me show you something. The case is, you'll be in a similar state of trance as before, but I promise to not hurt you. Master's body buckled and she caught herself before falling. Weasel, I don't know. Shit, that was one of the worst experiences of my life. I know, but I think this is the only way now. Get it? The only way now, town. Get it? Let me present you with something and let you decide. If you see what I need to show you, I won't ask again. We all deal with the consequences and you can leave if you like. Fine. Please, Weasel, you gotta know. I don't feel many things. I've seen and deal with way too much to be afraid. The two things that kill me are losing Chloe or Destiny, and being trapped in this trance again. If you think this is the best, then let's do it. I'm ready. The beautiful blonde removed her hand and took a step backwards, and she began waving her arms up and down. Just resist, Mask. It won't hurt at all, if you'll just allow it to happen. You'll be given the sight like before, but I will be gentle. Promise. Mask watched as Weasel held out both arms, crossing and uncrossing repeatedly at the wrist. As she rapidly increased her speed, the freckled girl recalled the sharp, searing pain the first time she was given the sight. It only lasted a second, but it was the single most painful thing she had ever physically experienced. She closed her eyes and waited for what was to come. Her eyes generally rolled back and a bright white void settled her vision. So far, Weasel had kept her word. The decision was seamless with zero pain. She had no reason to doubt the girl. Her worry had spawned from her previous torture experience. This time, it was a much more graceful changeover, and she was very thankful. The worst part was her feeling disconnected from Chloe, like they had almost severed the connection. She realized the bar was still a cave. It just felt more distant than she ever recalled it feeling previously. Wizard slowly returned, beginning with her protocols if she witnessed an incredible sight. An overly compressed series of computer systems and machinery filled an ordinary room that was lined with 4 Sicilian bookcases. Max looked around and noticed a person in a wheelchair, facing the opposite direction, reading a document displayed on a future working computer monitor. Then a tearing, almost ability sensation flowed through Max's entire body. Using the mechanisms on her wheelchair, the woman spun around and when that girl grasped as her jaw dropped to the floor. She knew those beautiful krill sapphire eyes anywhere. It must older version of the wheelchair-bound Chloe she left behind during the first storm week was shrieking in her direction. Oh, say, yep, the wheelchair Chloe is here and alive. So remember from basically Life is Strange where Max goes into an alternate timeline where she saves Chloe, but Chloe isn't getting into an accident instead. Because of that, but during the week, the time she was in that timeline, Max didn't actually didn't actually overdose Chloe. She let Chloe live till here we are with that Chloe. And it's that Chloe that the reason the private government exists. Because again, I will get to. I promise. I'm just working out on a few things that I need ironing out. And then I promise it'll be done. But by the way, this is end of part 1. And this is basically, well, it's masses and racial party video. Racial as the roster and explaining the multiverse, the other version of Max and Chloe, and basically, hi everyone. This is AmberAnkNA 2000 again. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. Because, you know, I really did enjoy making it. But, so I hope you enjoyed it. Comment, like, and subscribe with the notifications on down below. Till next time, bye!